Good morning students and welcome back to your chemistry lecture. Today also we will see our chapter number 4 of chemistry, that is structure of atoms. And in that chapter we are seeing different kinds of structure of atoms given by different scientists. And here especially I want to give you one correction which I have written in our previous lecture. So we have seen the Niels Bohr atomic structure, and by mistake I have written in 1922 Niels Bohr had given his structure, but you have to do a very important correction there. Niels Bohr had given his atomic structure in 1913. In 1913 that structure he had given, and in that structure of atom, how was that structure? At the center of atom there is a presence of nucleus which is positively charged, and protons are present inside the nucleus, and around that, along the discrete energy levels, there are presence of electrons, and that electrons are revolving along their energy levels. And this kind of atomic structure which is given by Niels Bohr we have discussed in detail in our previous lecture. So here a new thing, very important thing we have to learn in this lecture, that is the discovery of neutron. Discovery of neutron. So what is meant by neutron? We know that very well. Atom is having two types of subparticles. Which are that? One is proton and another is electron. And proton is positively charged and electron is negatively charged. Again, electron is having less mass as compared to proton. Yes, electron is lighter, very much lighter as compared to proton, means near about it's having mass, electron is having mass near about 1 upon 2000 times of proton. Means this much lighter is electron than the proton, that we have learned up to this. But now the J. Chadwick, very great scientist, he had discovered again one third type of subatomic particle which is also present inside the atom, and particularly it is present inside the nucleus, that J. Chadwick had discovered in 1932. Yes, so J. Chadwick had discovered another subatomic particle. It is known as neutron, and it is having symbol n, small n. Again, one very important thing, electrons are having negative charge, protons are having positive charge, and neutrons are neutral in charge. These are neutral in charge, means they are having no charge. Neutrons are having neither positive nor negative charge on it. Okay, so that they are called neutral in charge. So this neutron is also present inside the nucleus, that is proved by J. Chadwick in 1932. So along with proton, again neutron is present inside the nucleus, and we know that the whole mass is concentrated and or whole mass of atom is accumulated or concentrated in the nucleus, inside the nucleus at the center of atom. Yes, so this nucleus is now having two subparticles, which are that protons and neutrons, and around that nucleus which is having proton and neutron, around that nucleus electrons are revolving in their discrete energy level, related energy level. These are having negative charge, proton is having positive charge, and neutron Neutrons are neutral in charge. Means this nucleus is now having proton plus neutron, and this is equal to atomic mass, and this atomic mass is denoted as a capital A. It is denoted by capital A. Yes, it is denoted by capital A, that is the mass of atom, mass of atom. Yes, very important thing, note down that nucleus is having number of protons and number of neutrons, and the whole mass is centered or concentrated inside the nucleus in the form of number of proton plus number of neutron. Means the number of proton plus number of neutron, total mass is called atomic mass of atom, atomic mass of that particular atom, and it is denoted by capital A. It is denoted by capital A. That is very much important. A is atomic mass of any atom. Yes, note down that A is a atomic mass of any atom. So, what is A? Atomic mass. What is atomic mass? Number of proton plus number of neutron which are present inside the nucleus. And we know that very well, magnitude of proton and magnitude of electron are equal. They are equal in magnitude. Means number of electrons are equal to number of protons, but only they are having different mass and they are having opposite charge. Yes, they are having opposite charge. One is positive, electron is having positive negative charge, and proton is having positive charge. And also electron is much lighter than the proton, means mass is also different, charge is also different, but they are equal in magnitude. Means if number of electron are 2, number of electron must be if the number of electron are 2, number of proton also must be 2. Yes, if the number of electron are 2, number of proton must be 2. Whatever number of electron, they are equal to number of proton is present inside the atom. Okay. So we will learn in the next topic here what is the atomic mass, what is the atomic number. That two things we will learn here, and how we can calculate number of neutron present inside the atom, that also we will learn here. Yes. So at first, in brief we will see. First we will see number of first we will see atomic number. What is mean by atomic number? Atomic number. Atomic number is denoted by capital Z. Atomic number is denoted by capital Z, and it is equal to number of proton. Number of proton, again also it is equal to number of electron. Yes, number of proton and number of electron. Atomic number is equal to Z, it is denoted by Z, and also it is equal to number of protons. Mainly atomic number is the number of proton. Yes, but we know that number of proton also equal to number of electron. That's why we can write Z is equal to number of protons, and also Z is equal to, we can say, number of electrons. So this is the atomic number. And how we can distribute electron, we have seen in our last lecture. In that also we have used the atomic number. We have seen the atomic number for the distribution of number of electrons inside their discrete energy level. So next is the atomic mass. Atomic mass. So just now we have seen what is meant by atomic mass. This is the total of atomic atomic mass of proton and total of mass of proton and mass of neutron. Atomic mass is equal to mass of proton plus mass of neutron, means mass of proton plus mass of neutron. Yes, and it is denoted by capital A that we have seen. So this is the formula of atomic mass, that is capital A is equal to number of proton plus number of neutron. Note down these two formulae which are very important for solving the numericals also and very important for studying the chemistry also. Okay, so very much important formulae. Note down that, and from this formula we can calculate very easily number of neutron. Here I will write number of neutron. Yes, now you have to note down that. Okay, so we can easily calculate number of neutron. How? A minus P. By writing A minus P, we can easily calculate number of neutron very easily. So then write down number of neutron. Neutron is equal to A minus number of proton. A minus number of proton. Okay. So this is the number of neutron. And what is A? Atomic mass. Yes, that is equal to the number of proton plus number of neutron. Again we can write down the atomic mass is equal to number of proton plus number of neutron. Yes, that formula also you can write. And from this formula we can take out the number of neutron, that is number of neutron is equal to A minus P. This is very important formula. Yes. Again, how we can write down this formula? N is equal to A minus number of proton means Z. Yes, A minus Z. This is very much important. Number of neutron is equal to mass, atomic mass minus atomic number. So that, write down first this. So what we can write from this formula? Number of neutron is equal to atomic mass minus atomic number. Yes, this is very important. This is very important again. Note down that. All that thing you have to note down. Okay. So, how we can calculate number of neutron? Atomic mass minus atomic number. By subtracting atomic number from atomic mass, we can easily calculate number of neutrons. So, write down all the things. So, again we can write, we will see here how the atomic mass and atomic number denoted for any atom. Suppose X is any atom, and here how we can write down number of atoms and number of atoms and atomic mass and atomic number, how we can write for any atom. So how we can write here? A to Z, and what is A? This is atomic mass, this is atomic mass, and here atomic number. Yes, A to Z, like that. In this manner you can remember that A to Z. A is the atomic mass, Z is the atomic number. So you can write for any atom. H is having atomic number 1 and again atomic mass is also 1. Yes, atomic number is here, atomic mass is at the upper side for the hydrogen. And very important note you have to write down, neutron. There is a neutron is present inside the every atom except hydrogen. Only in case of hydrogen, inside the nucleus of hydrogen we cannot find neutron. Yes, because the atomic number and atomic mass is also 1 here. That's why neutron is absent in case of hydrogen. Neutron is absent here. Neutron is absent here. Neutron is absent here. Okay. So this is very important and very much important thing. Okay. And rest of elements, rest of atoms of the elements are having neutron. Okay. From helium to all elements, every atom is having neutron inside the nucleus. That is that point is important, that you have to note down. Okay. So now different atom we will see. Suppose sodium, I will take sodium. So how I can write sodium? A means atomic mass. Atomic mass is 23. Atomic number Z is equal to 11. Means Z is equal to 11 and A is equal to 23. In this manner you have to write down atomic number and atomic mass for any atom. Again another example we can take. Another example, carbon. For carbon, how we can write? 6 and here 12. Again helium 2 and 4. And from that helium, from the mass of helium, atomic mass of helium, neutron is discovered by J. Chadwick. Only by the atomic mass of helium, J. Chadwick could discover the neutron. This is very interesting theory. Okay. So in this manner, you can write atomic mass and atomic number. Atomic number is at the bottom, atomic mass at the top. A to Z. A is atomic mass, Z is atomic number, means number of proton. ZP, you can remember ZP. Z means Z is equal to P, means number of proton. Z is equal to number of proton or number of electron, and A is equal to P plus and yes, A is equal to P plus and Z is equal to P or equal to electron. So ZP you can remember for atomic number. It is at the bottom. A to Z, in this manner you have to write down. So you can remember this very easily by practicing for each atom. By writing atomic mass and atomic number, you can use periodic table also, and read this topic from your textbook also, how the atomic mass and atomic number can write for each and every atom. Okay. So here we have seen the different types of atomic structure and all the subparticles. Which subparticles atom is having? Electrons, which is having negative charge, proton, which is having positive charge, and neutron, which is having no charge, means it is neutral in charge. Yes, and the atomic mass is equal to number of proton plus number of neutron, and it is present inside the nucleus, and electrons are equal to number of protons, and atomic number is denoted by Z, and Z is equal to number of proton and also equal to number of electron. That is very important point. Okay, thank you. Now we will see the atomic structure of potassium and atomic structure of calcium. These are somehow different atomic structure than the atomic structure of having 18 atomic number. Up to argon, we have seen argon is having electrons, total number of electrons 18, that we have seen before that. Then after argon, potassium is here, it is having atomic number 19, and how we can distribute the electrons in the atomic orbit, energy levels, that we will see here. So we know that how we can distribute according to Thomson square. In first shell 2, in second shell 8, in third shell 18, and in n shell 32 electrons we can say we can distribute in a maximum number. But we know that if this orbit after first orbit, means from second orbit, if the orbit is having maximum 8 number of electrons, if it is having maximum 8 number of electrons, still it is called as stable configuration. Yes, फिर भी उसको 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन है इंस्टेड ऑफ 18. यदि ये थर्ड शेल में 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन भी है, मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन भी है, तो भी इसको स्टेबल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन माना जाता है. रादर देन we have to accommodate here 8 electrons, and the rest of electrons we have to accommodate, we have to promote in the next shell. So how we will see here in case of potassium. Now the atomic number is 19, means electrons are 19 here. So how we can distribute? In first shell 2 electrons are here, then in second shell 8 electrons. So in second shell 8 electrons are distributed, in third shell and fourth shell. So 2 and 8, now 10 electrons are over here. We are having now 9 electrons. So we can accommodate that 9 electrons, all that 9 electrons in n shell. Yes, according to this rule. But we know that maximum number of 8 electrons are here. If the maximum number 8 electrons are here, then it will acquire stable configuration. तो stable बनना सबको ही अच्छा लगता है ना. तो for the stable configuration, only 8 electrons will be accommodated in the third shell, and the rest of 1 electron it will promote to the fourth orbit or in the last orbit, so that this 1 electron is present in the last orbit. That's why the electron present in the last orbit is called valence electron. It is called valence electron. Valence is totally different, and the electrons present in the outermost level, it is called valence electron. So that here 1 electron is the valence electron. So in this manner we have to distribute 2, 8, 8 and 1. 2, 8, 8 and 1. Now in case of calcium also 20 atomic number is here, so that 20 total number of electrons calcium is having. So how we can distribute? In first shell 2 electrons, in second shell 8 electrons. Now after 2 and 8, 10 electrons are remaining here with calcium. So how we can distribute? Instead of all the 10 electrons in M shell, what we have to do for the stable configuration? For the stable configuration, out of 10, 8 electrons will be here in the third shell, and the rest of 2 electrons will promote into the fourth shell. Yes, in fourth shell, the 2 electrons will go. Okay, so that 2 electrons are present in the fourth shell or in the outermost shell. So how many valence electrons are here? Means how many total electrons are present in the valence shell or in outermost shell? How many? Here 2 electrons are present in the outermost shell. That's why valence electrons are here 2 and here 1. Yes, got? So we have seen all the atomic structure of first 20 elements. For the first 20 elements, we have seen the atomic structure according to the Niels-Bohr law. So we know that now how to distribute electrons inside the atom along their energy level. So all that things you have to note down and draw this structure. Okay. Thank you.